Hello, everybody. Good morning to you. How are you? Hope you're having a great day. So, I've got a very busy day ahead of me today because I'll be leaving for New Mexico tomorrow, either starting off on the trip in the afternoon or early evening. I'm not sure. But today's going to be all about getting ready for the trip. But before I do, I wanted to do some reacts today. And the first one I'm starting out with is a react to a video made by Melissa Gold Tarot. She did one on Foodie, Beauty, and Salah. The first part of the reading has to do with what were the thoughts of the people who did Chantal's laundry? What was the feeling? You guys can only imagine what they were thinking when they got that bag of stinky laundry coming through. Oh, I'm sure it wasn't good thoughts. And also, to add to that, you have to wonder, you really have to wonder the talk that's going on at the hotel. Because let's think about it. You've got the regular hotel staff, you've got the people who do the housekeeping, and you have the people who do the laundry service. And Chantal has managed to offend and tick off everybody. Absolutely everyone coming through there sick, making a point to make everybody else sick. And then the mess in her room that the housekeeping they have to keep up with, the bags of trash that she's creating, uh, breaking the air conditioner, causing a flood for the other rooms, possibly the smell that might be coming out of there, stopping up the toilet. And now, on top of it all, sending her bag of stinky, sweat soaked, disgusting laundry down to these poor people and they have to clean it. Ugh. So, Melissa wanted to dive into the thoughts of the people who might be doing her laundry. And also, the second part is, what is Salah thinking? What are his thoughts about Chantal being in Thailand and the way she's handling herself? Well, we're going to get into it. So I'm going to bring up Melissa Gold's video. And I do encourage everyone to check out Melissa. Look down below in the video description. I will leave a link for the original video so you can check out the video yourself. Leave a like, leave a comment if you'd like. Sub up to the channel. Check out the rest of her content. And hope you enjoy as much as I do. Because I do like to give a shout out to other tarot readers on YouTube. If I think that they're great, that they're on point, they've got the true insight, I'm happy to give them a shout out. Why not? You know, like everybody loves a good, wonderful tarot reading from a tarot reader that knows what they're doing. So let's get into it. All right. So let me just go ahead and pull this up. Please excuse me for a moment while I do that. Okay. And Melissa, I know you like to say that you like to be a fly on the wall, flying to the blinds in your mind. I love that. That's poetry. I think I'll make that into a piece of poetry. You've inspired me. But I am happy that you are a fly on the wall, flying to the blinds in your mind. And I'm happy that you can let us in and let us watch you be a fly on the wall. So let's get to, shall we? Let's see what Melissa has to say.
It's a general reading. It's for entertainment only. But let's ask some questions and see what the cards have to say. I think I want to start by asking about the person who had to do Chantal's laundry. You might not care, but I can want to know. Show me what the person who had to do Chantal's laundry, like, what happened when they opened that bag of laundry and were hit with that. What I can only imagine is pee-pee, poo-poo, fish smell. Show me, please, the person who had to do Chantal's laundry, that experience. What did it do to them?
And I just want to say, Thailand, you did nothing wrong. You did absolutely nothing wrong to deserve all that Chantal is. But Thailand, I will give you some good news. And the good news is eventually she's going to have to leave. And you won't have to put up with her anymore. Unfortunately, right now you do. but she won't be able to be there much longer. From what I hear, she's going to be there 6 more weeks. So much apologies, Thailand, for her. You didn't do anything wrong. You're the land of smiles. And unfortunately, Shantal is stealing a lot of smiles from people right now, especially from people who work at that hotel. I am so sorry you have to go through her, but it'll be over soon. I promise.
What were they feeling? What were they feeling about Chantal? All that jazz. Show me the person who had to do the laundry for Chantal. The King of Sword. So this person, they could be an air sign, or this could represent that they were looking at this very logically, very analytical, like, or they were kind of pissed. They were kind of angry, felt like they had to go to war. They were going to war, opening that bag. The Empress is here. So obviously they know the room that this bag belongs to. So they could actually be like, is this person with child? Is that why they look like they do? Or they could be thinking, this person, Chantal, needs to go home to their mother and learn how to like wipe their tuchus. Like, who taught them? Who was guiding them?
You guys have to know that it's a hotel. It's a place of business. People talk. The staff, they all talk to each other. It doesn't matter if they're in different sections of the hotel taking care of different jobs. They're going to talk to each other. Word's going to get around, especially about a troublesome guest. If for any other reason, employees let other employees know about the troublesome guest and to be on the lookout for them and beware of them. And you have to know that's the feeling at the hotel right now with Chantal. Like, you got to know she's a topic of conversation with them. Like, if they get around the water cooler or around the table and they start talking, they're talking about her and not in a good way. And they're probably all wondering, when exactly is she going home? Like, when is she going to leave? Because they probably hate her. She's been a shock to their systems. Like, they're used to regular hotel guests and regular goings on, and their job is pretty much easy for the most part. And then she came rolling on through, and it's been a nightmare ever since. And they've been stressed out. They're absolutely everybody's stressed out, but they're talking about her. Guarantee they are, because that's how it is in a place of business. Employees talk to each other. The boss talks to the employees. They're having talks about her, and they are not nice.
Who made them like this? Or they could feel bad for. They could be like, oh man, I feel bad for whoever the mother of this person is. Seven of Wands, defensive, feels like they got to protect themselves.
Wow.
So this person, they might have been like literally like took a stick, got the garbage can lid as a shield, and was like, this is war now. You know, like I gotta fight. These clothes were crawling out of the bag. They were like alive. All right, because they were so unclean. It's like,
A word about laundry, and anybody who's ever done laundry, and we all have it. Chantal's the only one who doesn't. But a word about laundry. There's regular dirt and filth, which normally takes one wash to take care of, and then there's layered filth. Absolute layered filth and stench. Stink becomes stench if it sits too long and it gets too layered. So these poor people, just to put things in perspective, these poor people getting these clothes that Chantal wears for days and days and days, and every day that she wears them, she's getting the shedded skin, because you're always shedding your skin, like just sweat and filth and body oils and everything on these clothes in absolute layers. And it's the kind of clothing that takes more than one wash to get clean. You know, you put it in the washer and you try to clean it, and then once it gets dry, you sniff it and you could tell it's not clean yet. Chantal's laundry probably took like 6, 7, 8 washes to get clean because of the layered filth. Like they just want to do the laundry, wash it one time, dry it one time, fold it, send it back to her, and they can't do that with hers. They got to keep washing and washing and washing and washing and washing and trying everything just to make it smell clean. Because if they sent it back to her room after just one washing, it would not be clean, and then she would complain. So she's put them in the position of, I'm going to wear my clothes for days, and I'm going to put several layers of filth and stench and oil and sweat on these clothes. And you got to spend the next 3 or 4 hours trying to fix it. And they're probably not going to be happy about that.
Like, how long are you waiting to clean your clothes?
Days.
Oh my God. All right. Anyway, yeah, I can feel that energy, and it's not good.
No.
Person. All right. So, all right. The tower. This person could be like, this was something they were not expecting.
Nope.
Okay, the smell, the actual bag, just the encounter. They almost felt like this is beyond an act of like this threw me off my foundation. I was not expecting this. This actually ruined my whole day. The tower, it's like, it throws us off course. It makes us like feel like,
well, it probably took them all day just to get those clothes clean. Just several hours of washing and rewashing and drying, just hoping for and praying that the next time it comes out of the dryer, that it's actually clean and they can just send it back. Like she's making tons more work for these poor people than what they normally do. They're probably used to just washing clothes once, drying them once, send them off, done. And she's the kind of person with her laundry that it takes them literally an entire day just to get it back. Didn't she say that she sent off the laundry once and she hadn't gotten it back by the next day? That gives you an idea of how dirty her clothes were. They probably worked on them and worked on them and worked on them and probably asking each other, what do we have to do? Is there anything we could do to sanitize these clothes to get the smell and the stench off and the icky feeling? And trying to find a solution to the problem so it could be handled quickly and efficiently, and just not finding one and getting more and more frustrated, more and more angry that this was put upon them.
Like, is God against us? And they may feel like, I'll never get the time back that I had to spend cleaning these clothes.
Yep.
Or this could represent that they think Shantal is a hot mess.
Yep.
Like what? Like, she definitely doesn't come from a solid a place where she could stand on her own. She can't even wipe her own tuchus.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure this person doing the laundry came to find out this knowledge, whether they wanted it or not.
And here's another tidbit to add to that. It's not just Chantal's clothes that are a problem. We all know that she's been in her hotel or motel room and she's had accidents in her room. So she had herself a little accident and she didn't go change her clothes when it happened. She kept the same clothes on. She waited an entire minute before she cleaned herself up, and then she laid down on the bed. So I hope and I pray for those wonderful people in Thailand that Chantal did not get any stains on the bed sheets, because that's going to be like a whole nother issue. Like, I'm sure they're not happy if she is sending stinky, disgusting, fecal stained clothes to the laundry and they got to deal with it. But on top of that, bed sheets too.
And it's ending with this card. Yet again. I got this for the elevator. I got this for the people cleaning the room.
Mm-hmm.
So either they smelled that smell and thought this is what death smells like, or they had to wear a mask and cover their face, or they were like, oh, this is the lady who spread whatever it is she has to the whole goddamn hotel. I like how in her video she was like, "Yeah, I don't know. Everyone is like coughing and not feeling well. I get sick when I travel. I got it somewhere, and then yeah, you got it somewhere, and you gave it to everyone
Yep.
else. Um, I even think she enjoys it.
Yeah, she
I
does.
think part of her mental illness, because she is mentally ill. We can make fun all we want, but I said it in my earlier readings on her, and I said it about Anne Boleyn, Eugenia. You don't get to be that big just because. Um, you're either trying to feed something within that cannot be fed by food, or you're punishing yourself, okay? Or trying to hurt yourself by doing these things, all right? As much as I don't like her and, all of that, it's true. It's just true. And it's also a thing where you want to kind of keep people away from you. All right, anyway, this person who did the
And
laundry.
I actually agree with your points, Melissa. I believe that Chantal does have a certain degree of mental illness. What she does have, cannot say, do not know. Only a doctor would know. But even still, with that, I think Chantal herself is aware that she has issues. She's just unwilling to go get treatment for them. So if somebody's unwilling to get any kind of treatment, what can you do? But going back to your other point, of I think she enjoys making other people miserable. Yes. Oh, yes. I think this woman operates a lot out of spite, and she might be in Thailand with the thought of, well, I'm not enjoying my vacation and I'm miserable. So I don't care if other people in the hotel, if they are on vacation. I'm misery loves company. So if she's sick, she's not going to care if other people get sick or if she's responsible for getting people sick. It's the way she feels. It's like, it's not my problem. It's not my body. It's not my problem. If they're sick, it's not my problem. Once they get sick, and that's it. Uh, she doesn't acknowledge the wrong that she does, nor does she try to stop herself from doing wrong. It's all about like, I'm miserable, so everybody else around me should be miserable too. So that extends to the hotel guests getting sick. It extends to the hotel staff and making a mess for them, sending down her disgusting laundry and making them spend literally all day cleaning it. She wants to make everybody around her as miserable as she is. She wants company in her misery. She's not considerate in saying, I'm not feeling my best, so I'm just going to keep it for me and keep it at me. It's all about making sure everybody is miserable. And if she sees somebody who's also miserable, it kind of gives her a sense of victory. Like, ha, they're miserable too. She's not having a good time, therefore nobody else is going to have a good time either. And that's just her way of thinking.
Laundry, they could be like, man, I just got 10 steps closer to death by having to touch this. Or this is the person that is spreading whatever all about, and now it's, if you didn't have whatever she had before, you're gonna have it now, right? Just I hope they covered their face. And this page of cup, six of sword, and the ace of swords on the bottom. They could feel like Chantal is goofy. That maybe she even gets off
She
on this,
does.
like enjoys this. That this person has to be in this position, like to even touch her clothes. They could wish that they could escape from this, or they could be hoping that she leaves soon.
Mm,
And the Ace of Swords, it's about clarity and truth. They could feel like that they had like assumptions of this person, maybe just seeing them in the building or hearing about their room from their coworkers, but now they feel like they may have actually gotten little gossipy stories from other workers who had to go in her room or encountered her in the elevator, whatever. And now
telling
they
you, the hotel staff is talking about her. You got to know they're talking about her. Look, any of us that have worked in a workplace, any of us, You know what I'm talking about. You're in a workplace, people gossip, people talk, they talk about themselves, they talk about other people. You talk. You talk on your lunch breaks, you talk on your cigarette breaks, you will talk, especially about something dramatic going on. You know they're talking. And again, the people of Thailand, good people, normally happy people. What do you talk the most about? You talk about anything that is making you miserable, because that is a way to release some of that negativity and just let it off your chest. And if Chantal is creating a whole lot of stress for a whole lot of people, which she is, they're all venting right now.
Realize, and they may have thought, no way, you're exaggerating. It can't be that bad. But now they know the truth. It's even worse than they thought. All right. So they might even want to fight her
Oh,
after
oh my.
that. All right. Honestly, this is a general reading for entertainment only. All right. That's what I see there. All right. So let's look at Chantal. Show me her energy. What's representing her? I like how she was like, people can't tell the future. Lady, you don't need tarot cards to know that he wasn't coming.
Yep,
We all knew he wasn't
we
coming.
knew.
The cards said it. They clarified it, but we already felt that and knew that. All right.
Yeah, I didn't need my tarot cards to know that he wasn't coming, even though I did a tarot reading on Chantal and I saw the chariot for both of them, but the sense that I got was something funky was going to happen with both of them, and they will be traveling, just not together. Like I felt that like this time was going to be different, that he would not be going to Thailand with her. I didn't know what that meant at the time. Now we know that he is in Kuwait, she's in Thailand. I was just in Chantal's live and there was made mention, people were asking Salah, why are you in Spain? So he did say that in chat that he's in Spain. Do I think that might be a cover story and he might still be in Kuwait? Perhaps. But I felt that he would not be traveling with her. And then it ended up happening that she'd be traveling alone. So there's that. You don't really need cards to see that, but they're good clarification.
You don't need a fly on the wall to know she was going to be left with the door
Yep.
closed in her face there. All right. Show me Chantal's energy, please. Cards are cleansed. Show me, please, Chantal's energy. What is she feeling? What is representing her? Oh, all right. The Queen of Cup, and it came out in reverse. So she's indulging in things driven by her emotions. Things like I just mentioned before about not being well. Okay, and like feeding the sadness. All right, pretty much. Emotionally unstable, trying to manipulate others with, like, feel bad for me kind of thing. What is she feeling about Salah? What is she feeling about Salah, please? Oh, not taking all that. There's that again. Okay, so she could feel like this is over.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, she's still holding on with that Four of Pentacle being there. And I'm going to say she's holding on for greedy reasons. The way she loves is
Yep.
toxic. The way she shows her emotions is unbalanced. She's unbalanced. She's still holding on. The more this person wants to pull away, the more she wants to hold on.
Yeah, and see, that's the thing with Chantal. She doesn't love in the normal way. In fact, she doesn't really love at all. It's not love that she's looking for. I feel it's control. Chantal looks at people and treats people like objects. And once she's invested energy and time and especially money into you, she feels like she owns you, and she's going to own you forever no matter what. Like she treats men like objects. Like I paid for you. I paid all this money to come to you. I paid for plane tickets to travel to Kuwait. I got you a car. I got you a gaming computer. I sent my audience over to your gaming channel to help it grow. Like the more she does for you, the more it's about gaining control and exerting that control. So she'll never let go of Salah. And the only way she lets go of somebody is if she's forced to let go. Like Salah has been alone for what, 6 weeks now? And the smartest thing that he could have done is the moment that he dropped her off at the airport, go back to the apartment, pack everything up, pack up the pets, block her number, change his number, and disappear. That would have been the smart thing to do. Just end it at a time when she wasn't physically there. That might have already happened. And that might be why she's still in Thailand, because she knows she doesn't really have a place to hold on to. Or Salah is trying to pacify her into thinking that she still does have a place as a means to keep her on the hook, because her YouTube payday is in about 2 days. So he might be looking to get one more bit of pay out of her before he cuts it off completely. Just get all that he can while the getting's good and then cut it off. But she wants to go back to Kuwait, and what she's going to do in Kuwait, she can do anywhere. She can do it in Thailand. She could do it in Canada. Just finding a room to sit and eat in and stream. You could do that anywhere in the world. But she's stuck on Kuwait. And the only way that Kuwait is going to be able to get rid of her is to stamp her passport and say, you can't come in. Like you literally have to force Shantal away from the door for her to turn away from the door and realize I can't open it. No matter what I do, I can't open it. So she's in Thailand right now. And the feeling that I'm getting from that situation is the usual way that she uses to go back, she can't use anymore. So she's trying to find a loophole, a workaround. She's avoiding going back to Canada. She does not want egg on her face with Girl World. It's going to happen no matter what, but she's trying to stop it from happening. She doesn't want to go back home to Canada and maybe live kind of in a mean, basic way. She's always going to maintain the image of she's living better than all of us. She's got more money than all of us, and her life is fine. She never wants to admit, hey, like I'm starting out at the bottom and I've got to work my way back up. She just can't do it. She can't humble herself. So she wants to go back to Kuwait, not so much for Salah. I mean, things are between them. It's about maintaining a supposed standard of living with this nice apartment and keeping up appearances. She got to keep up appearances. So she wants to get back up there to keep up appearances, because if that doesn't happen, if she has to go back to Canada, then she's got to seek out other means, like, say, Pete's paying for a place. I mean, that could be a way that could happen. Should she be using Pete's for that purpose? No. Is he still in love with Shantal? Would he still do it? Absolutely. Like, she could sweet talk him all day and he would listen. Because the readings that I did on Pete's, I just kept feeling like he and Shantal are both stuck in a state of nostalgia of, the way we were, just longing for the past, longing for whatever goodness of the past. He misses Shantal. He misses living with her. And so to get some of that, he might agree to live with her. And Shantal, on her part, she's not missing Pete's. She's missing being around Nader. Like, I'm sorry, guys. Nader is still very much in the picture. She's still talking to him. He's gaining more and more control. He's all about the money. Shantal is in talks with him right now about how to get things started. They're still working it out. But if they do get it started, that whole thing is going to be short-lived. She doesn't have the energy that she once did, or the health that she once did to do what she used to do, which was stream 10 to 12 hours a day every day and do the white powder to keep herself up. She's far too sick. So trying to repeat Crackhead Olympics, if it does try to get repeated, it's not going to work. It is not going to work, but she's grasping at little teeny tiny threads. And her thinking is, this is all I've got. I don't have much to work with. So I'm just going to grab onto those teeny tiny threads and try to make them work, because this is all I have to work with right now. And I'm not willing to work on myself. So those are just my thoughts about the whole thing. So I'm sorry, Melissa. Let's keep going.
She's worried about what he's doing with his wand, who's wrapping their little finger around it. Probably just that one little finger there. She's worried about being left in the cold by this person.
Oh, she should be worried. She should be very worried because, as I said, this is a very dangerous time for Shantal. Because when you are around a toxic person in a toxic environment and situation, when you are down in it, when you are down at the bottom of the abyss and there's darkness all around and you can't see daylight, and the moment that you get out of the abyss and you can see the sunlight and you can smell the fresh air and the toxicity is nowhere near you, it's a shock to the system. But it's a pleasant shock, but you're just like, wow, like this, there's sun up here. The air smells good. It's pleasant. It's peaceful. It's relaxing. This is great. You know, you're soaking in everything that you were missing out on. And all the friends that you stopped talking to and the relatives you stopped talking to that get in touch with you again. Like all of this internal sunshine starts happening. And the light starts breaking through. And every day that Shantal is away from Salah and he's got the peace and relaxation and hanging out with the friends and the family and having time to himself, he's saying to himself, this is nice. I really like this. I can go where I want to go and do what I want to do. And I don't have to be there to pick up her food 10 times a day or get woke up at midnight to go get some ridiculously like large donuts. Like all of the burden is gone. This is what life is like without her. And he's been alone for how long? For quite a while. So he is soaking it all in. He's not down in it right now. And he's been left alone long enough that she's going to be gone for 6 more weeks. And I feel he's going to arrive at a place where he says, you know what? I really like this new way of being. And I want to hold on to it. And I don't want to let it go. And if she tries to come back and start her crap again, he's going to be like, nah, I'm good. I was having a fine time without you. My life felt somewhat normal. You can go. You can really go because I'm just done. Because if she goes back to Kuwait, y'all, I don't know if she's going to be able to get over there, but I feel like it's not going to last long. Like she's going to absolutely get the boot. Because he's not going to put up with it. Like he's been alone too long and he's been happy for too long as it is. And he's not going to let that go.
But she's still holding on to the wish and the hope and the dream. Like of being together, making it work. This also could be telling me like she's actually mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually affected by him not showing up. Now, I'm going to say that
sorry, Melissa. Control freaks, when they are control freaks, especially extreme control freaks like Shantal, nothing will rock their world harder than when they lose control. When all of their power and all of their strength doesn't come from within themselves. When it's all about controlling other people and maintaining control, nothing rocks their world harder than when they lose control and they can't control the narrative. They have a meltdown. They have a breakdown. So I'm sure it is driving her nuts. that he's in Kuwait and there's not a doggone thing she can do about it. If he wants to go somewhere, be with somebody, she can't do anything. And she's worried about what does that mean for me? Is he going to get so happy that he just lets go of me? So she's losing control, or she has lost control, and she wants it back. And the only way she can have it back is for her to be there and dominate his day. But I don't think she's going to get it back.
This is here also because even though we all knew, I really think that she really thought he might still come.
No.
And this is like the final, stamp on the envelope that, like, yeah, I'm not coming. Shantal, everybody else knows I'm not coming.
Yeah, we knew. The moment she got on that plane by herself, we knew. And why would he? Why would he go to Thailand with Shantal? They had a horrible time together the last time, and he spent an entire month with her. She was nothing but a burden the entire time. If they went out and did something, he had to fight her to do it. He had to promise her food to get her off her butt to go somewhere. Like, oh, baby, we'll get stopped for a meal if you go out and do this. It's her channel. It's her content. She's the one making money, and he was having to literally beg her to go out and get quality content, at least something that looks like it. Imagine somebody's got a big channel, and you would think they would be concerned about making money on that channel, and you're begging them to go out and show different things. Madness. So he had nothing but a horrible time in Thailand with Shantal. So honestly, this is his vacation away from her. Her being in Thailand, it was never her vacation. It was her time out. It was her being put in timeout so that he could relax. This is his vacation. All he had to do was stay in Kuwait and be without her. Give me a 2-month vacation, Shantal. I need it. I've been around you for 3 years. I need some time alone. But dangerous time. 2 months away from her, it's making him think. Really making him think.
Did I really have to spell it out for you? I know that was a horrible impersonation. Here, let me do a better impersonation of Salah. Woof 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 woof. There you go. All right. Okay. So, like, and on the bottom here is Queen of Wands, Strength, 3 of Pentacles. So she's probably worried about other feminine energies that he might be attracted to, possibly spending time with. She could, like, feel in her gut maybe that he's with a feminine energy.
Mm-hmm.
Right? The Strength card, she's given all of her power over to this person. She still wants to work on things. She's hoping he wants to work on things. So, show me why the star is here. Let me just clarify that. Yeah, all right. The 8 of Pentacles. So, she is focused on the time she's already put into this connection. The 8 of Pentacles represents the energy and time and work we've already put into something, that we've worked diligently at this single thing. This is also here because I think it's showing and clarifying that she put all of her focus, all of her eggs in this basket of this person. All right. Let's ask quick about Salah. I don't know, that Empress. There could be someone that is with child, or I know now his mother is no longer here, but that could represent a mother energy.
You know, like I don't because Chantal's a liar. Here's my thoughts. I'm just going to put them on the table. As far as feeling the mother energy, we don't know if Salah's mother has indeed passed away for real, or if perhaps Salah is saying that she's no longer here as a means to protect part of his family, because there are internet trolls, and maybe he's afraid the internet trolls will reach out and bother his mother. So it could be true or it could be a lie. Also, maybe the motherly energy might be somebody else in his family, like, say, an aunt. Maybe he has an aunt that is very motherly in nature that might be advising Salah or talking to Salah, someone that he knows, someone that he's really close to, someone very, Spirit says, matronly. Salah is close to his family, and I'm sure he has female members in his family. So someone like an aunt would function as a motherly figure if he doesn't have a mother per se. Just my thoughts.
Kind of guiding him. The Hierophant, this Ten of Pentacle, this Ten of Sword. He could be looking to his higher power, or that mother energy, or if it represents someone with child, right? It might be time for you to marry them, or he's looking towards he's praying towards his God.
You know, there's been Neo Tarot actually did a tarot reading, like she's done a few, where she felt a mother energy and another woman in the picture and children. I don't know if Salah has perhaps a family that we don't know about. Maybe there's a woman in the picture who got pregnant by him and they recently had a child. That could be it. You know, if you're a man and you have a woman that you've made pregnant, and now you have a newborn baby, uh, the mother does have a say so. And she might be saying to him, you need to let this go for the sake of our family. And I'm sure he's listening.
Something's going on with the home. So let's ask Temperance. I just saw it when I so Temperance Judgment. That's funny. Okay. I'm feeling like I just spotted that Temperance for Salah's energy, because Salah is looking at Shantal like he doesn't have any more patience for her. He's judging
Yep.
her. He's judging her like all of us, the rest of us that are like. I think he's losing his patience for the situation, and he's feeling like she is so imbalanced, and she's just not ever gonna try to work on things for herself. Forget about for him, for her own self. And this goes for anybody. You don't do things like take care of your health, your mental state, your mental well-being, your physical, your emotional, all of that for someone else. You have to do it for you. You do it for you, and then you attract people that are at that level. You know what I mean? All right, show me Salah. Oof, 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 oof. Show me what is he doing? What's he doing? What's he doing?
Do it.
Oh. All right, the Strength card. The first thing I felt was that he's actually trying to take his power back.
I'm telling you, that's the feeling you get when you get out of the abyss. When you're down in it and then you're not down in it anymore, and you start to experience life and things are positive, you slowly start to get your power back. So I'm all on board with that.
Show me one more. Why is this here? Why is the Strength card here? So, this is to the side, the High Priestess. Whatever he's doing, he's keeping it to himself. I don't think he's even sharing it with I'm laughing as he's not sharing it with Shantal.
You know, and it's not lost on me, Melissa, the way that card was placed. I'm struck by something. Like there's not a whole lot of light in the room to see the cards, to get stuff off of them. but the fact that that card is close to me, it's not lost on me that that female card is placed to the side, almost in a laying position. That's not lost on me at all. That's Shantal ceiling.
I think this is what it's making me feel, that him watching Chantal during this trip has made him look at her differently.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she's not gonna. I don't know if he ever really thought she was gonna get it together, but I think he did feel that he could have some sort of positive presence in her life to want to heal. This is about inner strength, willpower. I think what he's realizing is, like, she has no willpower.
No.
She doesn't have any sort of inner strength, nor does she want to. And that he might be really looking within, kind of questioning his own self.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what did I get myself into with this? Did I lower my own and I say this with a grain of salt, but it's like he might be looking at it like she's lowering his spiritual growth, like she's keeping him from leveling up, which is, I feel stupid saying that, but this is what I'm feeling.
Okay, just some thoughts about that. Shantal being in Thailand, Salah is watching. It's obvious he's watching. And this whole thing of her going to Thailand, yes, she had to go for her visa. It's a visa run. But she went alone. And I feel right now it's a bit of a test. And the test was Salah wanted to see what she would do on her own, if she could cope or live on her own. He was looking for some kind of strength or change from Shantal. And Shantal is showing the absolute worst of herself. The fact that she's in a room by herself, that she's eating nonstop. She's not going anywhere. She's not doing anything. She's not showing any positive change. And there's absolutely no reason why she couldn't show positive change. If she used this time to show positive change, like going down to the gym and trying to work out and trying to eat healthy, he's trying, okay, he's looking for some sort of independence from her. He's looking to see if she is independent, that she's developing strength. Maybe the attitude is, I've been around for 3 years and I have been your crutch and you've been leaning hard on me. So here is your moment in Thailand to learn to stand on your own, because as long as I'm around, you're never going to learn. You're 40 years old and you're not about that life of standing on your own. So you're going to be forced to stand on your own, deal with life on your own. And I want to see how you do. And she keeps failing because she's not trying. There's no excuse why she can't go out and try. She keeps making excuses, and it's making Salah think backwards to all the time that he spent with Shantal and all the fights they might have had and all the arguments and how hard he tried to push her to do things and just get out and be more active and eat healthy, and her making empty promises and never fulfilling them. He's looking at all the sum of the parts and looking at her in Thailand and seeing what she's doing and saying to himself, like, this is what she is. This is what she's doing. And if she comes back to Kuwait, she's going to do more of this, and she's going to be more of a problem for me. She's not even trying to change herself, even a little bit. She's doing the exact same thing in Thailand that she did in Kuwait, only worse, because now she's doing massive amounts of gummies and making herself more ill. So he's coming to the realization that she is not about improving herself in any way or cultivating her own strength. She's about borrowing and stealing the strength of other people. and sucking off the vitality of their lives and their social activities, and just saying, you should just be here for me. Stay here with me 24/7. Give up your life to stand next to me, because I need you to stand next to me. So if I have to stand up, I can hold on to you. So this whole thing of her being in Thailand, it's essentially a test. He's testing her, and she's not testing herself. She's not even trying, and she's getting worse. And he's looking at the entire picture, and just it's dawning on him that this is Shantal. Leave her alone in a room. This is Shantal. This is what she's always going to be up to. And do I want to sign on for another 3 or 4 months of that? And the answer is probably going to be no, because he's back in Kuwait having a fine time, probably has the family members in his ear. I can feel the aunt right now. Ooh, I can feel her. Aunt isn't, oh, I can see it. I can see the picture. She is looking at Salah and she is saying, why are you doing this? Why are you around her? Why are you continuing to do this? Like, she is coming at him hard, not in a hateful way. I can feel the concern in her heart. She's just like, why are you doing this? Your family, why are you doing this with this awful woman? And he's listening. He's listening to the aunt or whoever it is and agreeing, because he can't even justify it. He can't even say, well, so and so, I'm making massive amounts of money and that's improving my life. He's not getting hardly anything from Shantal. So he can't even justify it. Even if Shantal gave him a lot of money, I feel like he's dealt with his own issues because of her, like the stress. I have felt that he's gone through depression. Like, he's a different person now than he was 3 years ago, which makes the family more concerned. And now that she's gone, now they're really coming at him and saying, like, what are you doing? You need to stop this. This is madness. So Shantal doesn't have any control over Salah right now in Kuwait, with how often he's spending with the family and what they're saying to him. She can't put a stop to it. She can't put a cork in it. And that's why the family is moving in so strongly, because they're feeling like this is our chance to talk some sense into him and stop this whole thing. It needs to quit. And she knows that too. Chantal knows that the family is very much in the picture, and she can't stop them from talking to Salah. So she's in her room just kind of worried about it, that one day she's going to get that phone call from Salah saying it's over, and the door is shut and locked, and there's nothing she can do about it.
Show me, why is the high priestess here? Because this isn't just about sometimes, like, keeping things from others, or like us knowing there's some sort of like thing he knows about that he ain't telling her.
I feel it's him planning to cut her off. He's just trying to find a right time to do it. He's biding his time. He's been biding his time. And he's just kind of keeping her on the hook and keeping her comforted. Maybe he's afraid that he knows what Chantal's going to do. The moment he cuts her off completely, she's going to be wrathful and vengeful and get online and spill all the tea. I mean, we know that's going to happen in Girl War, because that's what she does with any man who ticks her off. So he's trying to delay that moment where he completely cuts her off and she loses her mind and she starts talking. He doesn't want her talking yet.
And this is also, I'm feeling it heavy. I don't always. Has to do with our relationship with the higher power, with ourself, recognizing our own inner strength. Show me, why is the high priestess here? Like, he could realize that he hasn't been following his faith, or maybe some of his family or people that have seen this recent display of Chantal are like coming toward him Like, dude, what the hell are you doing? And also, this is about listening to our intuition. So it could be to the side because his intuition could be telling him something, and he's not sure if he should follow that or not. All right, so Ten of Pentacle, this again, and this. Okay. Um, he might be on the fence right now about what's going to happen with where they're living or where he's living. How I just saw this before for her, he could be feeling the same things. Like, what am I investing in? And this isn't bringing in the coin that I thought it was going to when we started this. And he could also be irritated with her for not leaving the hotel. Like, this could be here because for him, she was supposed to go on this trip and vlog and go out and make a coin, but she didn't do that. And this Ace of Pentacle, this has to do with new beginnings, but it's also connected to like the other aces are connected to more like spiritual things. This is connected more to the things that we can touch, like money, the physical home. Um, he's reflecting on what it's like to share a place with her, what she did while she was out there, all right, not leaving the room. And he might be contemplating if this is worth working on, that he's put all the work into it that he can. And it might be time for him to venture towards a new beginning that might be more prosperous. I think the only reason he would let her back in the house or continue this facade or whatever is because he makes more money doing this or just having her around. Because I'm going to tell you right now, she ain't making a bunch of money.
Mm-hmm.
Getting a few thousand views on a video, it makes you a few bucks. It does. You have to get about 10,000 views to make $100 to $200.
Yep.
Okay, so she makes just enough to keep that home going. And I don't care what she says or what she just said about coin. She's the only person that is providing the coins. Okay, it ain't from his fragrances, his rebottle fragrances. Jesus. All right, I think I'm gonna end that there. If there's stuff I didn't ask that you want me to, leave it in the comments and let me know. If you're not subscribed, please consider doing so. That's how you support what I do here. If you have requests of people you want to see readings on or specific zodiac signs, please leave it in the comments and let me know.
So that was a really great reading, Melissa. Really enjoyed all the insight from the people doing her laundry, those poor people, down to Salah. And also, I can back you up on the fact that YouTube, when it comes to paying a certain amount per 1,000 views, trust me, guys, it's not that much. A lot of YouTubers are not big ballin'. I can attest to that. It's very rare when you see a channel doing so well that they can just live entirely off of YouTube. But her channel is not doing well because that's not where she's putting the bulk of her energy. I feel like the bulk of her energy is on the side hustle with the Foodie people, like doing requests for them, getting cash money in hand immediately versus waiting once a month on YouTube to pay out whatever. The YouTube money is just the whatever money, but the bulk of her money is the Foodie money. Does Salah know about all of that? Probably not. I'm sure. I have a feeling she hides a lot of it. She hides a lot of what she makes that way. Like, I feel like she's got maybe a secret PayPal account or something that he don't know about, and that's where her money is being funneled. But she doesn't give everything to him. But she's on a hamster wheel of doing the Foodie request, and that just keeps making her sick. But if he's relying entirely on her money, that would be the only thing that keeps them together. And there's a price to pay for aligning yourself with somebody who's so incredibly negative and so incredibly stressful, and you're doing it for coin, and you're not waking up and realizing the juice ain't worth the squeeze, and I need to go out and find some other way to make money, something a lot less stressful. He needs to have that wake up moment. So that's it for this reaction to Melissa Gold Tarot. And I'll leave a link for the original video in the video description. I hope you guys have enjoyed this react. If you have, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. And check out Melissa Gold Tarot. Again, look down below. Look down there. See? You see it? There's a link for her original video in the video description. You can check her out, check out her content, say hi to her, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye.